But that'll be after the Q&A session first, and then you will give me about 3 minutes at the end of Q&A for me to share the song with my friends here. Okay. Now, can we open up for the Q&A?
Yes.
Yeah, you can give me an applause, and I love applause. You know?
Thank you. We're going to have time for 2 questions. So I think people are coming up to the microphones on either side of the room.
And let me remind you, the Harvard PhD doesn't mean we know everything. So no hard questions are allowed.
If you would look to the right, your right side of the room, we have someone walking up to the microphone.
Okay. Hi.
네, 안녕하십니까.
안녕하세요.
한국인으로서 정말 자랑스럽고 여긴 전 처음이거든요.
Oh, can you question?
This is the very, very first time for me on a place like this, and I'm very, very proud. She's Korean. I'm Korean, so I just want to tell her that I'm proud of her.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
She was telling me in Korean. Then only the Korean will understand that, and they will be proud of me. But what about most of Americans? We need to let them know what she thinks too. So, okay. Well, thank you for the short question.
Do we have any more questions? Is there anyone walking up? Oh, here we go to your left.
Hi, I'm Devin Rostfer from Chaminade University, and I just wanted to thank you because I was recently told by a professor that you can't be a scientist if you don't know math, and I'm horrible at math, and I want to go prove them wrong, so thank you.
Good for you.
I just wanted to ask you, you've taken numerous opportunities in your life, but was there ever a point where you had to turn down opportunities? Do you have a point where...
Turn down the opportunities.
Is there ever an opportunity that you didn't take, like you chose not to take it?
There were many guys approaching me, and I had to tell Well, there were some opportunities, they turned me down. And, but later on, I found out that wasn't meant to be my path. Like when I applied for warrant officers program in the U.S. Army, warrant officer is like enlisted soldiers and the warrant officer and then commissioned officer. I applied for warrant officer. I studied as enlisted. But when I applied for that, they turned me down. And I was devastated. But soon after that, I applied for commissioned officer above that warrant officer. And the good thing I did. Otherwise, I would have not gone to Harvard, and I would have not been standing in front of you. And because I went to Harvard, my daughter decided to go to Harvard too. So I became the good role model for her. So I was glad they turned me down in looking back. But so it seems like, there are many opportunities where we will be turned down and we will fail. But that's not a failure. That's just the experience and another stepping stone giving you and hardening you, strengthening you for the next better things. But definitely this fail was the one I had to take. But I did, I'm glad.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And now?
Good morning, ma'am. My name is
Morning.
Chisiani.
Hi.
I'm here representing the United States Marine Corps.
Ooh.
I'm a sergeant of Marines, and I just re-enlisted for another 5 years.
All
and I'm
right.
actually going to the DLI. What advice do you have for me?
Oh,
What do
DLI.
you suggest at the
DLI is the Defense Language Institute, and you are taking which language?
Arabic.
Arabic, hardest core.
It
That's-
is.
But one thing I would like to point out is no matter what, whether you are studying or whether you are working, if you take that seriously and if you give yourself a sense of mission that you're not doing this just for your own benefit, you're learning it so that you can become the bridge between the two cultures and you will save tons of people. Many people. Amen. And then it makes you feel really good, feel proud. And that's somehow, scientifically, I don't know how it works, but by having that kind of feelings, somehow brings you the more energy and focus into the language. And so if you do that, keep on constantly thinking, how important what you are doing instead of just focusing on the language alone, then you might accomplish about, twice than what other people spend, about twice the time than you do. So just to psych yourself up. And another great advantage is that find out what you have around you and what can be helpful for whatever the project you have, and make the max of those things you have, and be creative and think revolutionarily. Don't be just constricted by what society dictates you, and have a big dream and utilize your imagination. I think you will do great.
Thank you. I'm
Thank
going
you.
back.
Jen. Thank you, Jen. Thank you. And now we very much would like to hear you sing for us.
Oh, I was having fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so, wow, I can't see you, the lights out, so I can just pretend that I'm on the stage and singing by myself. So. That's good. 외로운 새 한 마리 몰아치는 비바람에 길을 잃고 떨고 있네. 꿈 찾아 홀로 떠나온 길, 고향을 듣기 먼 곳. 그러나 내겐 꿈이 있어, 찬란한 희망의 꿈. 꿈이여 야마여 소라여 밑에 있대. 私は飛びゆく広いあの空。 For those who want to live, the sky is the limit. Give your life, fly to your dream. Then it will give you a wonderful life. 꿈 찾아 홀로 떠나온 길, 고향은 아득히 먼 곳. 그러나 내겐 꿈이 있어, 찬란한 희망의 꿈. 바다여 산이여 하늘이여 보아주어. 나를 펴고 날리라 저 높은 하늘로.
Wonderful, Jen.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you for also reminding us a sense of mission gives us tremendous power. Thank you. To introduce our next speaker, we have a woman who is a mother, wife, part-time office manager, full-time student, and assist scholar. After 30 years, she's 2 semesters away from receiving her degree as a paralegal. Because of her dedication and hard work, many describe her as invaluable to their organizations and a great provider of encouragement, comfort, and support. Please welcome a rising star, Margie Kaikaka.
Aloha. The entrepreneurial spirit is often difficult to define, let alone examine in detail, because of its perception as being highly creative and dynamic entity. And it is this caveat that I introduce our next speaker. She began displaying this spirit selling chocolates when she was only 8 years old. This outgoing girl would soon open a coffee shop and then eventually become the head of the Philippine Coffee Board Incorporation.